Hi-ho.
Welcome to a new vlog.
Yeah. Are you in the same clothes you were wearing at the end of...
I have two of these. Alright, so this week I am planning on reading, planning on finishing American Demon, reading probably Bloodbound and Iron Kiss by Patricia Briggs, and then moving on to $1 Million Demon. I'm very iffy on if I'm going to like the new Kim Harrison's, because it's weird, because the vibes are the same, but the writing isn't, and it's really
Does it feel like a reanimated corpse? Here's the thing. I used to like those books a little, and then I stopped reading them because I stopped doing everything, and then she started talking about killing baby bunnies, and I'm just like, I don't know if I want to support Kim Harrison.
You might enjoy them. Let me finish $1 Million Demon before I give you a yes or no.
I don't have the nostalgia, because I read them the same time you did, pretty much. Like, maybe a year later at most for half of them. And I just wasn't in love, and maybe it'd be better if I read the audiobooks, because I have a really hard time retaining stuff when I read.
Margaret Gowan's really, really good at the beginning. Like, in the latest ones, I'm losing touch with it a little bit. Mm-hmm. She does that thing where when the character's screaming, she, like, does the
whisper.
Yeah, and I hate that. I hate that.
That's pretty cool, if you ask me.
But yeah, you're just reading comic books, right?
Yeah, just reading comic books.
Various comics.
Yeah, that's the one thing I could say that we bring to the table. We are, as I said before, the most depressed booktubers, but also I haven't seen any other ones that read comic books. Except Hannah, Clockwork Reader, sometimes. Not really, though. So, you heard it here first. I'm a comic book reader, and I'll talk about it. It's all Batman and Superman. But if you want that content, here I am. I have no friends except for Sarah. I have no life, and Kendra.
Yeah, Kendra.
I have no life. I work from home, so I have a lot of time to read comic books, and that's what I do.
All right. We will see you in the next clip. I make no promises about this vlog.
As you can see, my room is a little bit of a mess, and I'm going to be organizing it because I've been reading these. Things are everywhere, and I'm running out of space on my comic book shelf. So that's going to be interesting. Not exactly sure what I'm going to do when I do run out of space, because technically I have some space down at the bottom down there. I don't really want to put my comics away from my other comics. I really love this cube I have under my TV, but I know it's not going to work out for very long because I have no self-control, and no, it's just that. It's that I don't have any self-control. So I'm going to play with the rats and put this away. I'll try to remember to show you what it looks like when it's done and how much room I have after that. I'm actually very worried about it. Like, incredibly worried about it. The good news is I made it fit. As you can see, this shelf with Penguin and Two-Face is getting full. But I did clear out the unhaul cubby. I'm probably going to move my shoes to that corner over there. Then I'll at least have a couple more cubies, which don't amount to much when you're getting omnibuses, but it'll buy me a little bit of time before I have to really figure out what I'm going to do. This one shelf in the corner, it's kind of like my miscellaneous one, so I'm not sure. Maybe those are the ones I should move to the other bookshelf, because it's just like my hardcover's got Pilgrims and some other ones that don't really fit anywhere. As you can see, it's very uniform. So this will work for the time being. I'm just very aware that it's going to be incredibly temporary.
Alright, so I just finished American Demon by Kim Harrison. It was fine. I don't know. There's some parts that felt really similar to the last book, some parts that didn't, some parts where I was just like, I don't know. Sometimes Kim Harrison books just really aggravate me, and this was one of those times because like there's a lot of possession going on, and that's my least favorite thing. So yeah, I finished it. I'll probably only give it like 3 stars because I don't know. I still feel weird about it. Maybe the next one will be better. I didn't like the ending. It was very ho-hum. which isn't normal for her books. And I don't know. It was fine. I got nothing. But I'm about to start Bloodbound by Patricia Briggs, which is the second in the Mercy Thompson series. The Mercy Thompson series is an urban fantasy about a werewolf pack and a coyote shifter. So, I love them. I'll update you in a bit.
Tokens are effectively a small packet of data that can contain a payload code. It's a box that you can put a microprogram in. That microprogram is called a smart contract, a name that is so common and full of itself that I feel like it's misleading to even call them that, but I have to for simplicity's sake. But real quick, yes, that is how the inventors conceptualized the role of these things as the unity of programming and law. The phrase code is law gets banned.
I haven't read anything. Shouldn't be a surprise. At this point, everyone knows I am bad at keeping up, but what I did do was watch the first episode of Moon Knight. If you don't know what Moon Knight is, I don't either, so I can't really tell you. It's on Disney+. What I've gathered from it is it's a story about a mercenary with multiple personalities, which I was surprised by, given this day and age, because I don't know how they're going to handle it. I don't really know how to describe it, because I don't know anything about Moon Knight, but it's got Oscar Isaac in it as the main character. The first episode was interesting, but because I have absolutely no idea what's going on, I don't have a ton of attachment to it, as you can imagine. I've heard the comics are very much like Batman, which you shouldn't say to a Moon Knight fan, apparently. But I love Batman. The reasons I love Batman are not, I think, the reasons I might like Moon Knight, because I like Batman because of the Bat family. Moon Knight's just very, gadgety, I guess, and he beats up criminals, which, to be fair, most superheroes do, so I don't really know why they're comparing it too much to Batman, but you can't really tell. The TV behind me, I'm doing some Moon Knight research into it, because the show got me interested enough, and I did a little bit of reading up on it, and the character in the comics is Jewish. I'm hoping they make him Jewish in the show. They probably won't, because they don't tend to do that, but you never know. So this is my brief review, episode 1 of Moon Knight. It was fun. If you like Marvel shows, you'll probably enjoy this one, because it's, another Marvel show. I think they're trying to give this impression with every new show that comes out that has like a new character you haven't seen, that, oh, this is Marvel, but it's different. It's like more mature Marvel, more violent Marvel. I don't know, but like, it just feels like another Marvel show. Same like humor, kind of. It's not very funny so far. It has the same kind of, oh man, I don't know how to describe it, but like it's a little Marvel-y humor, but not annoying so far. And I don't think it's going to get annoying, but we'll see. I think that the first episode was on last night, so I got another week before there's another one, and I haven't read anything, so that's all I have to talk about. I guess go watch Moon Knight and hopefully enjoy it. I'm going to probably open up my Long Halloween omnibus so I can stretch the spine. So have a nice night. Real quick, I'm opening this omnibus, and I believe this is Dark Victory, and I just wanted to put this in here. This is James Gordon, if you don't know. He's working, and it's a picture his son made him that he pinned up on the wall. That is so funny. I desperately wanted to share this, because, like, oh my god, that's so funny.
Alright, so I finished Bloodbound. I'm not talking too much about the Patricia Briggs ones just because I've read them before. Like, my thoughts haven't changed for the most part. You can go watch those old vlogs if you're curious. But anyway, I finished Bloodbound and I moved on to Million Dollar Demon. I don't know what this one's about yet. Million Dollar Demon is the next in the Hollow series by Kim Harrison, and the latest, because the next one, Problems with the Cursed, I think is what it's called. That one doesn't come out for 2 months, something like that. I think it's June. But anyway, I've started it, and so far it actually feels a lot more like the other Hollows books. So we'll see. I'm hoping to enjoy it. I just worry that she's one of those writers that makes all of her villains extremely annoying. and I don't care for that. I'd rather just hate them, not be annoyed. So I'm a couple parts into $1 Million Demon, and it still feels more like there are others, and I'm enjoying it, but everything's annoying, naturally. And also, she just isn't... She's still making some stupid mistakes. So, they have a cat named Rex, and the cat's a female. But in this book, the cat's a male. How do you make such a simple mistake? She read all the books before she started writing. But she forgot about the cat, I think, in the last book, because I don't remember Rex being mentioned at all. So
here comes a Batman thing. I don't know if I've ever expressed my feelings on Arkham Knight, the video game. I'm sure I haven't. There's no way I have, because this channel's about books. But the Arkham Knight game, if you don't know what it is, there's the Arkham trilogy plus the prequel done by a different studio. But like the most popular Batman games there are, the last one in it is called Arkham Knight. And for a lot of it, it's like this mystery of who is the Arkham Knight. He's covered with a mask. And spoilers, turns out to be Jason Todd. And it was the worst twist that anyone had ever heard of ever, because we all guessed it and it was poorly set up and it was just really boring. And I don't love that game, and I like Jason Todd a lot, so I feel like he was kind of wasted in this twist that we can all guess. So I didn't like it. Not a lot of other people liked that twist either. Whatever. All of that to say, I'm reading this. It is Detective Comics Volume 2 by Peter Tomasi, Arkham Knight, and it's like, I think this is technically the thousandth. How do you say thousandth? It's issue 1000 of Detective Comics, and it's like a new take on the Arkham Knight thing, because Arkham Knight's only come up in the video game. So basically, Peter Tomasi got to like come up with his own Arkham Knight, and not for nothing, but this Arkham Knight is 10 times better than the game. So again, I'm gonna be saying spoilers, but this Arkham Knight is a woman, and she, her parents worked in Arkham Asylum, and her mom got pregnant with her while she was working in Arkham Asylum, and when she was like 9 months pregnant, there was a riot, and all the people broke out, and it was a big old fight, and she was obviously in danger trying to run. And for some reason, all of the rogues gallery for Batman decided to help her. Joker, Harley, Two-Face, Solomon Grundy, Poison Ivy, they all were like, we gotta help this pregnant woman give birth, because I guess they wanted something nice to happen in this absolutely terrible place. So like literally, Joker like caught the baby, and they all helped deliver, and Solomon Grundy was defending the area. And they had the baby was safe. Joker gave her back to her mom, and some random inmate grabbed a batarang that Batman had left in the middle of everything, and he threw it, and it hit the mom in the throat, and she died, and it was sad. All the bad guys just helping her have a baby, and she dies. But then it shows the daughter growing up, and her dad like brings her to work, and she like sneaks off and goes and like talks to the Joker, and they're just like hanging out. He's just like hanging out with a kid, which is like weird, but I kind of like it. And if they had done this in the Arkham Knight game instead of Jason Todd, I think that would have been way cooler. If they had been setting up a Red Hood game with Arkham Knight, then I think I would have understood the choice to make him be the Arkham Knight. But it's like you're inventing this whole new character, basically. But then you just stick Red Hood in it, and it was just dumb. I didn't like it. There was no setup before that game that like Jason had been part of it at all, because like Nightwing is in it, and at the time, I think in Arkham City, Tim Drake is in it. If anything, like Nightwing is in it at least. So they didn't ever mention Jason. So it shows up, and it's pretty unsatisfying. So I'm reading this, and it's just like, this is a way better idea for a new character, because I vaguely understand her motivation, right? Batman was sort of being careless, and he left batarangs everywhere. someone picked up a batarang and used it to kill someone. Like, okay, fine. So you end up hating Batman. I'm assuming what else is going to come of this is because she's getting to know the inmates, she's going to feel sympathy for them, which is like, it's good motivation. And Jason, I guess, has good motivation too, but it works better for when he's doing his Red Hood stuff and not like, they did Red Hood wrapped up as Arkham Knight, but also bad. So I guess I'm just filming these clips to express my kind of lamenting over the fact that there could have been a really good Arkham Knight story for that final video game, and instead they decided to do like a half-hearted Jason Todd and Scarecrow, which he wasn't intimidating in Arkham Asylum, and he wasn't even really in Arkham City, I think, at all. And then you come back and you change his entire character and you change his voice because he changed like everybody's voice. And now he's all intimidating and scary, and it's just like, okay, so Jason Todd comes back and teams up with Scarecrow and all of the other bad guys. Sure, his whole thing is that he hates that Bruce wouldn't go kill the Joker, but he still is willing to team up with these bad guys who, if given the chance, would have probably also killed Jason. So, whatever. I could actually probably go off for a really long time about Arkham Knight. I love all the games, but I have a lot of problems with them because I'm very, I guess, picky with my Batman. Like, everyone adores the new Batman movie with Rob Pattinson, and it's really good, and it's definitely my favorite, but, like, there's something keeping me from loving it because I guess I'm just really hard to please. I think the Batman I love kind of only exists in comics because what makes me love him so much is the whole Bat family and how they are together and his obvious love for them even when he's like cold and distant. And they haven't done that in the movies, and I'm not sure they're going to. I sure would love it if we got like Dick Grayson in this Rob Pattinson movie. But I don't know if that's going to happen, and I'm going to try and not get my hopes up. But I think just my favorite element of Batman is never the movies, which is why I'm never satisfied with the movies. But you pick up virtually any comic, and it's going to have that stuff that I like. And the complicated relationship with him and Jason Todd is great. The relationship with him and his son Damien is great. And every time Alfred says anything, it's perfect. So, all that to say, I'm very much enjoying this Detective Comics. Also, not to be boring by doing the same angle, I did read Batman Black Mirror by Scott Snyder. I didn't mention I was going to read it because I didn't know I was going to read it. It's half one story, kind of, and then like half another. I think because the one I read was like the deluxe version. Here, I'll switch so my hand can rest. The first part was, spoiler again, it's Dick Grayson as Batman, because Batman at the time is working for Batman Incorporated, which is like a whole big thing of like a bunch of Batmans all over the world. So it's just, the first one was just like some case. Okay, it was fine. And I know Batman fans would probably not like me saying that because I think this is like one of the big ones. This is like an important one. And the second story was about James Gordon Jr., which is Jim's son. He's got like a screw loose or something. He's like a serial killer. Tries to kill Barbara, and that's what that one. And I like the second half a lot better than the first half, but I didn't love either, so it was fine. I didn't really want to pop in the middle of reading because I didn't have anything to say. I like the artwork. If you just like good Batman stories, you'd probably enjoy it, but for me, I need like lots of personal stuff happening, which is why I like the James Gordon Jr. one better than the first one, is because there's definitely a lot with Jim, and I really love Jim. He's the only cop I like. But yeah, that was an okay one. I don't know what I'm going to read after this. I got a Batman trade that's all Alfred stories, which I might dive into. I don't know yet. I kind of want to keep reading more of these detective comics. But Volume 3, I am waiting on in the mail, and Volume 4 it can't get because it only came out in paperback and then it went out of print, and it's a Mr. Freeze one, which makes me mad because I would love a Mr. Freeze one, but it is what it is. What I really want to be reading right now is Moon Knight, because I think I talked about that in my clip a few clips ago, but I want to try and get into Moon Knight, and I have picked a book, but I don't have it and I haven't bought it, so I'll keep you posted. All this to say, read this Arkham Knight and don't watch the video game. So, like, I'm sorry, but this is just cute, okay? You know what? I'm gonna say it. This is adorable. He's helping her read The Princess Bride. Okay? Sue me. Just sue me, but I love this. I would die for Alfred. That's all I want to say. I would take a bullet for this man. I would do absolutely anything he asked me to do. This person is a god and the best character in all of Batman and all of comic books. Fight me. I don't have anything to say. I just wanted to film my beautiful baby. Wookie. Wookie.
So a couple things. I've gotten myself into a bit of a predicament. I have like 9 audiobooks at the library. A lot of them are really long. And a lot of them are gonna expire in like 5 days. So I guess I gotta pound the audiobooks. And I made it worse because I didn't listen to $1 Million Demon for 2 days because I didn't want to, because I'm not enjoying it. It's funny because it feels a lot more like the original run of the Hollows, but also that's a problem because like all of a sudden Rachel's dealing with vampires again, and the vampires are acting like she can't kick their ass, which she can, and she's also acting like she can't kick their ass, and like their vampiness affects her, which doesn't match up with where she was at the end of the original run. So it's just irritating, and it's like, you know, the whole point of the original run, the whole reason the vampires didn't like her is because they were worried that she was going to make it to where they're not top dog anymore. Which she did. And, like, the Weirs have never listened to them, but all of a sudden they're listening to the vampires. Like, it makes absolutely no sense. None at all. So, yeah, I'm just not enjoying it. It's just annoying. It's annoyed me from start to finish. Like, I am 5 parts in of 19, and I've been annoyed the whole time. So... and I don't like being annoyed. I don't like when the villains make me mad when they're on page. And I don't mean like mad like they're doing stuff that's bad. I mean mad like their very personality makes me want to stop reading mad. And that's what it is. Having the villains just be annoying isn't fun. It's just not. You know, I understand the difficulty of trying to make it feel like there's stakes when you end the first part of the series with like her defeating a goddess. I get it. Spoiler, by the way. Whatever. I get it. But when the only reason your current book feels like there's stakes is because Rachel won't fucking do something, like when she won't just accept that she's a powerhouse and take care of the problem because it's gonna be like difficult. Are you kidding me? It's so infuriating. Like, she's letting people get hurt. Like, genuinely, she's letting them get seriously hurt because she just doesn't want to deal with it. Spoilers real quick. Rachel literally gets someone killed because she's not gonna do anything to take care of the problem, and this person had to die to teach her that she has to do something because we're 15 books into the series yet she's still stupid. But she wasn't stupid at the end of the series. No, she's just stupid again. But not only that, she's sitting around whining and moaning, just like, I'm losing too much. You got someone killed. I'm like less than halfway through, and I'm furious at everything.
At home, your turmoil. We'll turn this into content.
In case you're wondering where we are, we're at my sewing station.
Oh my god,
Did you hit your funny bone?
No, I wish it was funny.
Okay, I don't wanna keep reading $1 Million Demon. I kinda really hate it, as you guys probably gleaned from my clips this morning. I have 4 days left on it, I think. And 8 parts left, and I hate it. I hate it so much.
Here, flip over to Mama. She doesn't want to finish listening to the audiobook, which I feel like is valid. But she's torn for some reason. Is it because you're halfway through? Who cares? We only live one life. I think it's because she bought the next book, so she's got them. But she can always go back and read them if she chooses to. I think right now, with the amount of books I just saw in her library, she should perhaps go ahead and cut this one loose.
If I keep trying to read it, I'm gonna lose one of those books, and I know it.
Oh yeah, well
because
then,
it'll take me forever to finish it.
I think that's your answer, because then you can go back to it in theory whenever you want, and if you don't, then you don't. Who cares?
I don't think I even had to wait for this one. I think it was just available.
Right, and that's only gonna continue to be. So like, what's the real consequence?
It's just not good, and I'm really irritated that she sent Trent off. Like, we spent so many books with Trent, and now he's got no personality, and she put him on a plane and sent him off.
I have the first Kim Harrison in my library, and you're only making me not want to reread it because I love.
Stop at book 13.
Because I love Trent. Like, I remember reading it for the first time, just like, I like this one, and then you're like, they're gonna probably get together, and I was like, sick. That's what I want. And then this is only making me mad. And you said that you think that they might break up because she's like lusting after other men.
Yeah, Kim Harrison doesn't know what to do with Rachel when Rachel has a boyfriend. I think if you want to read them, just stop at book 13.
Are they not married? I thought they were married.
No, it's complicated.
What do you mean it's complicated?
They're together and they're raising spoilers, and they're raising his daughter together and Quinn's daughter because it's a thing. But if he married her when she couldn't give him children, he would have lost political power with the other elves. So they're not married; they're just together.
I would be really mad if she brought this series back and broke them up because she wants Rachel to have sex with other people.
I was terrified with book 14 that's exactly what she was going to do. I was waiting for it the entire book.
But like, I don't want like, what a terrible thing to do to have them break up so Rachel could sleep with other people, and then what? They're
not even fun. One's just a boring ass vampire, and the other one's just a boring ass demon.
So return the book. Yes.
Yeah, I'll return the book.
I started Delilah Green Doesn't Care. And so far, it's not going well. I don't like Delilah, that's for sure. She is getting paid like 5 figures to do her stepsister's wedding, but because she doesn't like her stepsister's stepmom. We don't know why yet, so I don't know if it's justified. She's just like deciding to screw them over. So I don't like that. She also, she slept with someone, and then when they showed interest in seeing her again, she's like, nah. She's just gonna ghost them, so don't like her. And then the other character, whose name I guess is Claire, and opened up with my least favorite trope, which is the best friend being like, you need to get laid. It's not your fucking business. There's a 50-50 chance I'm DNFing this. It's not good. Like, straight up. Her friend's just like, I know you didn't sleep with him because you're just around as tight as you were the day before. And it's just like, yeah. I don't know if I'm in the mood for this kind of crap. I have to finish like 3 books in 3 days, and this is one of them. And it might be a lot easier by the end of Free Realm.
So Delilah was going to sleep with Claire under false pretenses. She wasn't going to tell her that she was sisters with her best friend. What a scumbag. She's just a scumbag.
Just a quick little 2:30 in the morning update. I have purchased and read all of Moon Knight. This is the I think Jeff Lemire run. I think that's his name. I should have probably looked. Jeff Lemire, yes, I'm correct. This is his run of Moon Knight, which was available 2 days ago. And the second I ordered it, it went out of stock. So lucky me. But if you don't know what Moon Knight is, he is basically a vigilante kind of who beats up and kills bad people in the name of an Egyptian god whose name I can't pronounce. And he has dissociative identity disorder, so he has a few personalities, and this entire book was kind of about that. Like, it wasn't about him being a vigilante or anything, it was about him and his mental state. That being said, this was very good. I think I made a mistake in reading it before I read any other Moon Knight. This should probably not be anyone's first Moon Knight book they read, because it's so much about his psyche. And it feels like an ending, honestly. It feels like an ending to the entire thing. It was very good, and I enjoyed it a lot, but I have to imagine I would have enjoyed it a whole lot more if I had a better understanding of Moon Knight, because I've seen 2 episodes of the show, and I really, really like it. Some people are complaining because it's different from the comics, but God forbid Marvel deviate from their formula or people freak out. And I'm saying that as a giant Marvel fan. I enjoy everything Marvel puts out. It's all pretty good. Some of it's even great. I'm a big fan of Moon Knight. Might try and get Sarah to watch it. I don't know yet. I'll know when I'm done with the entire thing. Because if I have her watch 2 episodes, even if she likes it, she'll never watch the rest. So I'll wait. And I'm going to try and find more Moon Knight to read. Then maybe like after I've read a couple other runs, I might do this again when I can like appreciate it, because I definitely should have waited to get this until I knew more about the character. But this was pretty easy to get at the time. There's a few omnibuses out, but that's like way older, and I wanted the modern stuff. I think they rebooted the series kind of, and there's new ones coming out, and I might try those. And I think someone said like there's this really great run, but it was done by a person who got accused of some things, and I don't know what they are because I didn't want to look them up because I didn't want to be sad. But might try some more modern Moon Knight and see how I feel about it. I don't know yet. I do know that I want to keep reading Moon Knight though, so if you're interested in those comics, this is very good, but I wouldn't recommend it until you knew a good amount about the character, just because this would probably be way more satisfying. So that's my review of the Jeff Lemire collection. So
We're doing this the lazy way.
tell me when you hit record.
I've started. Yeah, we're 5 seconds in.
I'm playing Candy Crush.
You're fine.
How have you been this week or whatever? That sounds about right. I have been reading things, mostly comic books, only comic books.
Yeah, I'm in a reading slump. I've got a lot of things that have lapsed, and we're not going to talk about it.
I am getting some Moon Knight stuff. So I just did a big comic book order. I got some comic books on the way, so we'll do a book haul soon.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know when those will be coming, but it's 8 comics, and then I have actually a lot of stuff to haul, so
yeah, maybe we'll do 2 hauls.
That's gonna be a whole situation. Oh, we'll do a part 1, part 2.
Yeah,
that'll be fancy.
All right.
We've been a mess for a while. I think we got off track when Wicket died because I needed time off, and we just never got back on track, if I'm being perfectly honest.
Yeah. So this was a messy one. Yeah, I'm sorry.
I've been going through it.
I'm gonna try and actually get some reading done this week. I'm gonna try physically reading because I'm just not vibing with the audiobooks at the moment.
Maybe she'll try some comic books. We don't know yet.
See you in the next one. Goodbye.
Bye.